Amen. I'm a hit it so fancy. Then they leave them in that alley. You don't really know how these niggas be always making me aggy. Organs in your jaws, how you wearing your pants saggy. Caggy, the niggas, the scriptures just spitting. You should be happy. Gradually, when I hit you, I split you and leave you sadly. In a situation, lay you out flatter than chicken patties. It's the God you hear me talking whenever you hear the raspy. And when it comes to murking something, you should never put it past. Got me breathing with dragons. I cracked that egg in your basket. Your basket, I'm in the mask. What man? Now just imagine the magic. I like to ask us. Don't ask for your favorite rap. He dead. Yes, sir. Amen. Church. He dead. I killed him. Amen. Yo, what's up, y'all? It is me, JP, and I'm here with a reaction to Delete It. Deleted video. Kendrick Lamar is a contradiction. Now, I think I already kind of get what he's trying to get into with is Kendrick Lamar contradicting the contradiction of a contradiction, contradict the contradiction. But is he contradictor? The contradictor. You know the word is. I said it like 60 times. But yeah, bro, we just gonna get into it. And shout out to Delete It too. Even doing YouTube for I think a minute, but I discovered him like a lot of other people discovered him probably. His J. Cole video. He went in on J. Cole. He was dunking on the nigga. But, hey, and how I felt about it, honestly, it is what it is, bro. Like I can't really get niggas off J. Cole because what J. Cole did, people have a right to, feel their way about him, bro. It is what it is, bro. I can't disrespect him because, but I can't say anything. So it is what it is, bro. With J. Cole, bro. It just is what it is. We're gonna get into it though. 3, 6, 11.
Is that a contradiction? He contradicting himself again. Of course that's a contradiction. The f you think life is?
Alright, yo. You know I ain't biased here. I ain't gonna lie, I damn near needed some upliftment to even do this video. I'm tapped out. I'm exhausted. When the hell is Tyler coming out? I need something new. This will probably be the last take I have for this Big 3 beef, if you even want to call it a beef. At this point, it's more like tofu. It seems that on Kendrick's side, I'm the only creator that's gonna say this. I've watched so many people's takes on this interview, and I'm actually the only person that seems to feel this way. So maybe I'm the problem. What did Kendrick say again on Father Time?
Guess I'm not mature as I think. Got some healing to do.
Yeah, I guess that's me right now. It's good. I could be the only one that feels this way. Shit, I'ma stand on it. K-Dot's interview had all us hip-hop fans f***ed up. And I don't have time to argue with the meat writers that act like academics big chalupa with extra sour cream gurgling at, making excuses or rebuttals of how they agree or love the interview. And
I don't really, I've seen like a video on the interview. I've seen like a little bit of it. And I don't really remember the question. He gonna get into it, so I guess but I don't really remember. I remember some of the questions, I guess. But we all know what we came for, like the thing. And I don't really remember that much of it, though.
Crazy. So. All the people that are going to say,
he doesn't need to have a different answer. He can answer the way he wants to.
Ask me if I care, because I don't. As a hip-hop fan, I hated it. As a stand on all 10 type of dude, I hated it even more. Was it brilliant to take control over the interview and not let anyone ask you tough, specific, uncomfortable questions? Hell yeah, that was brilliant. Am I for having your day one old label mate SZA interview you? But also a low-key statement, throwing a slight shade at Drake because he stated SZA got you wiped down.
You ain't in no Big 3, SZA got you wiped down.
Around the time he had an anthem with her and Sexy Red. So this interview screams loudly of whose side she's on, especially knowing Drake is definitely sad and bothered by this because he's always uptight about his old flings where he made a living off of making songs about them. It's also coming full circle to the initial diss on the BET Cypher in which Kendrick disses Drake, calling him sensitive on how he took the Control verse earlier that year.
I'm about to crack the Da Vinci Code, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and tucked the sense of the rapper back in his pajama clothes.
With a younger SZA bobbing her head in the background. All that was perfect.
Oh shit,
chef's kiss. And
Nah, she was there? I didn't even know.
Get why hip-hop media could feel away. Kendrick went to Harper Bazaar magazine that has nothing to do with the culture. But I don't blame Kendrick, since most of the big hip-hop media outlets are Drake guzzlers, and they played on Dot's name, gaining full control of how you're perceived without misconstruing your words. That was all calculated and strategic, and just dope as fuck. But with all that being said, I feel that the interview shouldn't have happened if he...
To be honest, I never thought that an interview would ever happen. To be honest, I didn't think an interview was gonna happen at all. Like, to be honest, I was just like, I feel like Kendrick ain't gonna say shit about this. To be honest, like, he ain't said shit lately. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been like how many months? He ain't said nothing about it. So I just figured he wasn't gonna say anything about it until probably like next year or some shit, when he drop an album or some shit. If he drop an album.
He was going to make a hypocritical and contradicting statement, specifically about the song Not Like Us. This video will focus solely on that particular segment of the interview. While other creators have highlighted the positive aspects, such as Kendrick's reflections on his personal growth, I'll be addressing the specific issue that's currently gaining significant attention on social media. And I know y'all gonna hate me for this video. It's good. Villain type shit. Gotham City. It is what it is. But one thing is for sure. This just made me appreciate the greats even more. Tupac and Biggie, Hova and Nas, 50 Cent and M versus Ja Rule, Eminem versus ICP, Jay-Z versus Dipset, Lil Wayne versus The Eclipse. I appreciate real hip-hop, real rap, the battles, the war wounds, the scars, the competition. I'm a hip-hop head, a natural...
I ain't gonna lie. You could compare like that type of shit back then to like you can compare like hip hop nowadays kind of like to One Piece. That sounds kind of weird, but the way I'm trying to describe it is like there's no battle wounds. Like not to spoil One Piece for niggas who haven't seen it or care to watch it, but like nobody really die in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's rare that niggas die, and like it's not a thing that happens. But compared to like any other like anime or some shit, and like, you know what I'm saying, they have sacrifice. I see what he's saying though. It's like there's sacrifice, and there's like, you know what I'm saying, things you gotta live with forever. But in this type of era, kinda is. I mean, don't trust me. It's like some people do gotta live with like what they like Drake, but like it's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm all off with this, by the way.
Competitor. I see blood when it's wartime. I play to win. And in my fantasy of a world, being a content creator, to battle against the Drake Gurgler's fan base, such as academics, I put myself on Kendrick's team by default. Even though he could care less and don't know I exist, no one asked me to do this. That's on me. It's annoying as fuck though, that I have to unfortunately be the guy that's unbiased. Also the guy who can take a step back and look at the entire picture regardless of how I feel. I hate that I have to admit that Drake's bitch ass had the old school rap spirit in him. Seen blood, wore up, and stood on everything he felt and said. Again, I'm not biased. Even if I don't like Drake for how he moves in the industry or the things he's done to the industry and hip hop in general, or approving the prejudiced takes like What's the Dirt, who says racially biased, stereotypical comments like Kendrick being the messiah of rap and a milkman, or especially when Drake mocked slavery and thought the shit was funny. Who would have thought this would be the motherfucker who would be the only one out of the three to stand on what he's behind and give the fighting spirit of naturally when Drake mocked slavery?
This ain't gonna. But like, why when I was moving the thing, like,
who would have thought this would be the motherfucker who would be the only one out of the three to stand on what he's behind and give?
But yeah, I will say that like with Drake, at least he stood on what he said, bro. Like, yeah, he stood on exactly what he said, and he meant every word, and he stood by what he said. So.
The fighting spirit of not backing down by any means, and not contradicting or being a hypocrite during the entire battle. And we are talking about strictly rap. the lyrics. This is what we're talking about here. We're talking about straight up beef battle mode. J. Cole folded. Kendrick's contradicting himself. Drake has remained Drake in this beef. Now, that could be a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. I mean, if you want to be morally correct, right? Maybe that shows that Drake has no growth as a person. I mean, we all know that he acts like a man-child, but at the same time, this is hip-hop. And if I have to compare Drake to previous hip-hop, legendary hip-hop beefs, he's moving like a hip-hop artist. I hate that I have to actually give this dude props when it comes to hip-hop and battle rap, because I would like it to be about the nigga I'm siding with. Unlike you Drake fans, I know when it's time to say we took an L, and this is the time. And unlike you Meat Rod and J. Cole and even K-Dot fans, I know when to say I can't stand by something. And I'm not asking for him to incriminate himself as a gang member. I'm not asking him to name drop Drake either. But to say Not Like Us is about his morals as a man is bizarre. No pun intended. During his interview with SZA, she would ask, "Can I ask you a hypermasculine question? You can also tell me to shut the fuck up. What does not like us mean to you?" Kendrick will respond laughing, "Not like us? Not like us is the energy of who I am, the type of man I represent. Now, if you identify with that man that I represent," SZA would intervene, "break the man down for me." Kendrick Lamar would say, "This man has morals. He has values. He believes in something. He stands on something. He's not pandering. He's a man who can recognize his mistakes and not be afraid to share the mistakes and can dig deep down into fear-based ideologies or experiences to be able to express them without feeling like he's less of a man. If I'm thinking of Not Like Us, I'm thinking of me and whoever identifies with that." SZA then asks, "Now, can I say something else in that realm, or you want me to get away from that? Can I ask you something else?" Kendrick Lamar asks, "Is it me?" SZA says, "No, it's more like, I thought it was really interesting that there was any consensus at all that you might be an angry individual. For me, I don't find that any energy that comes."
Okay, I'm gonna pause right here to get like my thoughts on like that. When I heard that, honestly, like, I was thinking like, yeah, it sound good and all, but like, we all know why you made Not Like Us, bro. Like, we all know. We ain't got. It's one of the things where like, you ain't gotta say it, but you know, bro. Like, I mean, like, yeah, that could play into the song and all that type of shit. But like, I know what you really mean by like, you know, you putting the Not Like Us shit on. Like, you wanted to stump on that nigga Drake. I mean, fuck. You wanted to just stump on it, like, fuck it. Meet the Grounds, I think I explained this before, but like, Meet the Grounds was the funeral, and Not Like Us was dancing on the grave. Like, but let us progress.
Comes from an angry place. And actually, the last hour and change pretty much solidifies that it's almost from a yogic, monk-like place. So when you feel the surge of energy in records like that, is it anger? Kendrick Lamar would then respond, "I don't believe in an angry person, but I do believe in love and war, and I believe they both need to exist. And my awareness of that allows me to react to things, but not identify with them as who I am. Just allowing them to exist and allowing them to flow through me. That's what I believe." Basically, Kendrick's saying he won't let a battle change his morals or him as a person and what he stands for. SZA then responds, "I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead before I say something crazy." Man, he should have said it means what it says, not like us, and kept it pushing. That's just, exactly. He should have just said that. He should have said it means not like us. He doesn't need to explain. He doesn't need to go into detail. Fuck all that other shit. It means not like us.
I mean, like, you can't go into detail. I mean, it's your song, so like, you know what I'm saying. But like, you can make it mean. Like, I understand. Like, a lot of people like put like a lot of things into like shit, and it's like, when it's like the artists probably make it just because they made it. It doesn't really, like, sometimes like shit don't have to have like a meaning behind it. Some shit do, but like, but Kendrick is I feel like it's kind of like both, really, because it's like, we all know, like, you just want to just get at that nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he not like us, you know? Like he just said, he not like us. And like, in the love and war shit, I understand that part. It's like, I'm gonna get at you, but I'm really not on that type of timing. But if I have to be on that type of timing, then fuck it. It's war. But to be honest, I really don't think really Kendrick like after that shit, I feel like Kendrick was just like, I'm done. Especially after, I'm pretty sure you're like after the part 6, the Heart part 6, he was like, oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I can go carry on and do my thing. Oh, the Super Bowl got a spot? Oh, bet.
That's the statement right there. It means not like us. Don't discredit the song. Don't fuck up the impact. Just say it's not like us. I mean, he didn't necessarily say anything wrong. It was a very humble response. It's very clear he's taking a jab at Cole and Drake, using the word pandering, which basically is J. Cole. I mean, I guess it could be Drake too, but mostly J. Cole. And
mostly, yeah.
Pretty much also coming for Drake, just overall coming for Drake. Discrediting Drake for not being a man of morals.
I also want to say, like, he hasn't said anything about J. Cole. Like, when the moment he says something about J. Cole, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know. Or maybe he won't say anything at all, ever.
She's not. We all know that. Drake's a whole bitch and doesn't act like a grown man. He acts like a 15-year-old lesbian. And I'm not saying 15-year-old lesbians don't have morals. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, you know, usually when you're young, you don't really move like that, morally correct. But also, I just say he looks like a 15-year-old lesbian.
Nigga said a 15-year-old lesbian.
Because he does. Bruh. However, he wasn't being morally correct when he said, fuck the big 3, it's just big me. Or when he dropped Meet the Grams. Bringing people's family involved, talking to this man's son, becoming his new daddy by giving him fatherly advice, in a sense being a better father than Drake. Although he didn't start the low blows, he sure in hell finished them. And he especially wasn't morally correct when he dropped Not Like Us.
Yeah, true. But, like, it's like a thing. Even Screwface like kind of mentioned this in like one of his videos, like reacting to like the that was like the video I watched explain it. He was like, it's like in the jeez, can I finish? But like in Euphoria, bro, like he said, it's always been about love and hate type shit. It's more like, yeah, he's on this Mr. It's like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like, yeah, I'm Mr. Morale, but if I gotta be Big Stepper, shit, that's what I gotta be. It's like. It's just one of them things where it's just like, it's like a switch. You know, I just feel like it's like a switch. I'll stomp on these niggas' heads if I want to. Like, and then also in the like that, my temperament bipolar, I choose violence. It's like, it's either, like, it's like he's bipolar with this shit, to be honest. I can see why you are kind of like on like the, it's contradictory, but like, he always been saying that. Like, he's always been saying, like, it could be either or with him. It really don't matter. Like, but, yeah.
This wasn't about morals at all. He was being just as petty as Drake, and he showed up as the boogeyman. He wanted the crown, so he pressed them niggas. And he should have. This is rap, and they were playing in his face. So we called them out. Not like us. A man of morals. Morally correct. What does this mean? Morally correct means something is in accordance with moral principles and is considered morally good. It involves being able to distinguish between right and wrong and acting in a way that is guided by values. He didn't act that way when he set it off with the Like That verse and continued through Not Like Us. We know Not Like Us stemmed from Drake's slave comment though, and he rebutted by saying Drake's a white boy. We also know it stemmed from Drake questioning Kendrick's affiliation with gangs in Compton, in which Kendrick did a loud flamed up response at a Ken and Friends concert. It also stemmed from Drake using Tupac and Snoop's voice in an AI diss track towards Kendrick. And let's not forget about Kendrick stating,
what I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it.
Basically stating that Drake and the rest of the world can't relate to the West Coast. People don't show the West Coast love, and a lot of the West Coast music is slept on. Because damn near everyone was calling Kendrick's songs boring and not relatable, except for Kendrick's core fans. And of course, shining the light on Drake's PDF allegations. His Not Like Us song was a statement, an answer to all of that. But when SZA asked Kendrick what it meant, his response ultimately made him sound like another contradicting rapper. This could ultimately diminish the impact of the song if he's not supporting the message it was originally meant to convey. And this may not be that deep to the listeners out there.
I mean, like, for me, it's like Kendrick always make those type of like answers in like all of his music, even when you clearly know like what the song is about.
Like he always like I don't remember what song that it was, but it was like one song or like album probably. It was like one album or like song that it was like it's clearly meant for this, but like he explained it in a way where it's kind of the same of what it means, but it's not fully the same of what it means. Like that's just how like Kendrick always explained like his stuff. I don't know why it's like that, but
listening right now, you might not care about all of that. Like, man, it's just an interview, right? Because it seems like most of the fans support it. You may feel that he displayed a class act persona, but it's way deeper than that. For me and my peers that have an audience who have been in our own battle, our own war through the Civil War, Kendrick basically made every hip-hop blogger, commentator, radio host, anyone that sided with him and went at the Drake gobblers like Academics or Maul or Aiden and their huge ass fan bases that all openly attack K-Dot's spinning narratives that myself, we all challenged. He made our words weightless by contradicting himself and by being a hypocrite. So like every video I've done to this point, he made my own words contradicting. I mean, y'all was all there. They were going in on Kendrick when they were saying he was a contradiction because of the abuse allegations towards Whitney, because he cheated on Whitney with a white woman, or because he wifed a biracial woman to begin with, when they also called him a contradiction because he's doing the halftime show, but once stated he was for Kaepernick and against the NFL. And even though all those are not true whatsoever, and I don't agree with any of those takes, he did, however, contradict himself by answering a question that we all already know the real answer to. People see and hear and read things very surface level. Now, to the Kendrick fans that are going to be against this video, you could say that about me. Oh, you're looking at it surface level. It's deeper than that. Nah, I'm looking at it in all four corners of a square, because Drake fans and the rest of the world, they are usually surface level thinkers. These are the same people that would argue with me in the comments when I was breaking down Kendrick's lyrics. I know how they think. This basically made all their assumptions hold more weight in their peon brains. Everything they'd been feeling, that Kendrick is a walking contradiction, and how they may feel like they've always been right this entire time by discrediting the whole entire beef to begin with. I don't want to hear about agendas either, man. This ain't no agenda. This isn't an agenda. Nah, this is a hip-hop fan who just wants rap, bro. Lyrical warfare, nothing serious. It wasn't even that serious until Academics and Drake's bitch ass started pushing the narrative, calling OVO goons, and Drake calling out Kendrick's affiliation. It was always a friendly fade. Kendrick didn't take...
Here's the thing about the friendly fade thing. Like, I believe there could be a friendly fade between Kendrick and J. Cole. I can believe that part. But like with... I don't know, because like you saw how like Drake acted like with the controller thing, so it's like control verse or whatever. But like I feel like it was never gonna be like that with like Kendrick and Drake. Like I feel like it was never gonna be that way, to be honest. Like so it's like when people say like friendly fade, it's like even when Kendrick said it, I'm like, you know it ain't gonna be no friendly fade, bro. You know how this nigga Drake is, bro. You know he petty. You know he gonna wanna like be petty, you know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna want to strike back in a way that's kind of like, you know, mean. So like when I hear that, I was like,
personal shots until Drake did. But with all that being said, everything up until this point represented true hip hop. I say up until this point because his response undermines the impact and statement of Not Like Us, which ultimately crowned Kendrick as the victor. Sure, if we break down his response, it can somewhat align with the overall meaning of Not Like Us, but only Kendrick fans are doing that. So again, to everyone else, it diminishes the original message. I'm gonna be honest, this shit pissed me off.
Hey, shout out Deleted, bro. W video, man. Here's what I gotta say about the whole thing. How I feel about it, to be honest. Like I'm also like a person that tries to not be biased and shit, because even though I'm biased on Kendrick's side and I'm a Kendrick fan, it's like I don't like try to be like biased in a sort of way. So when he said that, they're like, it sounds contradiction. It sounds like a contradiction. I get it, because it do kind of sound like that. Because it's like So now it's about this and that, but it ain't about like what it really means. Like, you know, I just explained it earlier. It's like, so now it's not like they not like us. It's not exactly what it's saying. Now you're saying it's something else. Now you're saying it's like what it represents for you. It's like that don't sound, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, for me, it's like, I see it as like, Kendrick really is just, he was at war and he fought in the war, and then now that the war is over, shit, the song, to be honest, like the song is whatever you want to make of it at this point. Yeah, you can trash the nigga Drake if you want. Like, for me, it's just like whatever at this point. At least it's I don't know. I can't really say what he's thinking. I can never say what that nigga said. But that's how I feel about it, to be honest. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, bro. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if you are new, and go subscribe to the Deleted channel too, bro. The biggest villain, they say. I even saw like a D Chanel video reaction to it, and she was like, how is he a villain and he hasn't revealed his face? It's like, that makes him even, to be honest, and I was thinking like, that's even more of a villain, to be honest. A true villain never reveals his secrets, including his identity, his name. It's like, I'm gonna make another One Piece reference, but it's like Emu. Like, you don't know anything about him but his name. You don't even know what he looks like. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. I said that already, but yeah. Y'all stay blessed, stay out the way, and I'll see y'all in another video. Peace. I am hungry. I gotta go eat.